Trey, I was having weird audio, so I muted it, so it didn't come through, and none of that came. So we have to start that all over again. Welcome, everybody, to Age of Radio Mercury. This is Jeremy Quintanilla. That's creator Trey, my co-host. And Grandma's here today as a ghost floating in the background. And I am getting a ridiculous amount of feedback.
Okay.
I don't know if it's you, though, or if it's because of the Instagram Live. So, okay, I fixed it. It was the Instagram Live. I have to mute that bad boy. No, Grandma, come back here.
What do you want?
I want to know, this is a New Year's resolution episode because it's the first New Year's episode. So I want to find out if you partied all night on Wednesday night and if you got really drunk and like went to a rave or did anything really exciting.
You are so funny. I don't get drunk. I can drink all night long and you're not going to see me get drunk.
My gosh, does that mean you're an alcoholic or what's going on?
And I'm too big to be dancing on the table, so.
Yes! I'm so excited. Is that what you do?
I'm not out to destroy businesses.
So when you were, is that what you did in your youth? Was you got drunk and danced on tables?
And on the bar, you bet.
What? This is amazing. Okay, Trey, hold on. I gotta
on
get
people's cars.
My gosh. Hold on. I gotta find the amazing button because I said it. Amazing. So I guess my question though is, so what did you do for New Year's, Grandma? Eve, I guess.
I cooked. I made dinner for me and Trey.
Nice. What'd you guys have?
We had turkey and ham, mashed potatoes, gravy, dressing, rolls, and
nice.
I didn't make the fruit salad, but we had regular lettuce salad.
Trey, did you get drunk?
I don't drink. I don't like the taste of beer, actually.
Yeah.
Hey, and you could have drank whiskey with me.
Dang, William. Yeah, there's an echo because we're trying to get Grandma's audio in here, and so she can hear. So it's coming through Trey's speakers. We're gonna put his headphones on in a minute.
Yeah.
And then if the echo doesn't stop, I don't know what the problem is.
So what's your New Year's resolution?
Okay, so my New Year's resolution is to continue to build Age of Radio and to make our podcast app, which has been my New Year's resolution for 6 years. But this year, we're going to make much more headway because we're going to hire developers. So I'm really excited for that. Other than that, for personal, I don't know, clean my house. This house is getting... I have house cleaners, so the outside of the house gets a little clean. The inside of this room does not get clean at all. So I need to get organized and get my crap together.
Yeah, well, I need to get organized and get my car together and get its crap back to me so I can go to church.
Yeah. Are you going to get drunk and dance on the pews at church?
I told you I'm too big to do that.
No, you're never too big to dance. I danced all weekend.
If I got drunk, they'd think there was a whale out of place.
That's how it feels when I'm dancing. There's a big whale out of place.
Me to the ocean to turn me loose.
All right, William, if you're a developer, absolutely, let me know. He said hire him. All right, Trey, you want to dive deeper in this so we can get your headphones on so we can get rid of that echo? Everyone say goodbye to Grandma. She has been a sport, and if you know what I'm going to do, she has been amazing. All right, Trey, put your headphones on. We're going to leave that amazing up there, and I want to show everybody this cool thing of Dustin while I grab my coffee because I forgot to grab it. Look at Dustin right there, everybody. Oh, my gosh. He's holding the banana. I have no idea what the hell's going on in this picture, but I'll talk about it in 1 second.
We'll have fish for dinner.
All right, so if you guys don't know the shtick of this show, we make fun of Dustin as much as we possibly can. And, oh, you know what? I'm still getting an echo, Trey.
Yes. Give me just a second. I'm still getting my headphones connected.
Oh, got it. Okay, we're all going to make fun of... Everyone laugh at Dustin. Okay. Tell me how everybody feels about the bananas in this. Comment about banana, the banana in the commenting. I just want to get Dustin up here as long as possible because he is amazing. All right, so if you guys don't know, we had an echo because Trey didn't have his headphones in because we wanted to talk to Grandma. We'll have to figure that out or get Grandma her own set of headphones and her own microphone when we have Grandma time. And that means we can make another GIF. It's called Grandma Time, and I'm super excited about that. So, Trey, before we go into New Year's resolutions, if you guys don't know, that was Dustin, and we make fun of Dustin. He's the head of our tech team at 3T Warrior Academy. He's also the head of tech and development at Age of Radio as well, for the most part. And he also does all the production when we do our live show. So any of the live shows that we do out and about, our next one's going to be at the end of January at Tempe Con, Tempe LibCon, Tempe Fan Con. We're gonna have 2 booths, 20-foot. We're gonna have 20-foot space there. Joey's gonna be selling comic books, selling all the Geek Collective stuff. But we have a great year planned out for everybody. Not only with the Geek Collective growth, not only with Age of Radio growth. We're gonna do some traveling and do some cons in other areas. And yes, I know that Dustin's still up there while I'm talking about that. I just want everybody to stare at Dustin's banana because this is the stupidest picture, excuse my language, stupidest picture ever of Dustin. Now, the best part about this, and we're getting a second shot of this up, is Dustin has rainbow socks on for some freaking reason, but they were like working, I think, on a project that we had, an NFT project for our 3T Warrior Academy, and they were been working a long time. They were in our office in Mesa, and he just turned around with that banana, and Josh caught this picture. So again, if you come to Tempe Fan Con and you get pictures of Dustin doing stupid stuff or just stupid pictures of Dustin, you can send them in and I will pay you for them. So you come to Tempe Fan Con, you take random ass pictures of Dustin, you send them to me, and I will pay you for those pictures of Dustin. And again, if you're just tuning in, this is Mercury, your home for podcasting and pop culture news. And this is my good friend Trey. So enough about Dustin and his weird banana. And we're gonna have so many more starting soon. We're gonna have funny ones of me. We're gonna try to get some Trey up in there. It's gonna be a fun time. The other thing you guys can do, you can reach out to us at support@ageofradio.com and send us your AI slop. I want the stupidest AI slop that you guys can think of. Trey makes really good AI slop. I still don't know what I'm doing, and I randomly make them. This is a stupid one that I guess I kind of have that I made. So for my New Year's, I love raving. I don't know if it's a midlife crisis or what's going on, but Alex got me into raving last year or the beginning of this year or sometime. And I love raving. So I went to a 2-day rave. My back hurts. I can barely move my back. My shoulder hurts. Like, I feel like I slept for like 24 hours and I still don't feel rested because they take all night. So I made this stupid video because this is what I feel like when I'm raving. And so I wanted to see if I could portray that as AI slop, and I kind of did, but it's a little weird here. Actually, let's do this one over here. Oh my gosh, how'd I do that? Trey, where'd you go? There you are. All right, let's do this bad boy here. This is me peacefully raving with the lights.
Inhale, exhale.
I like that stuff. And then I found peace. Let's watch it one more stupid time. This is ridiculous. This stuff is so stupid.
Inhale, exhale. Peace.
Yeah, and then Alex kind of got me into, like, if you don't know Alex, he is part of our events team sometimes too. But Alex actually, he has us what was it? What was I going to say? Oh, he got me really into dubstep. I don't know what the hell I was going to say about Alex, but that's what I feel like when I'm raving. So we're going to have to, so send me your guys' AI slop, send it at support@ageofradio.com, because we talk about AI and how it's ruining the entire planet and making the entire planet better. And then William asks, let's see what William put here. Hold on 1 second. Let's see what William put. It's hard to see these. Well, I suck at AI art, or I suck at meditating. He says that I suck at something, but I don't know what he's referring to. You suck, William. Just want you to know that. Freaking, boomer. I know you're not a boomer. You're the worst. You're the Gen X kind. The worst kind of the bunch. The heavy metal movie just added on Tubi. I'm just going through these comments real quick, Trey. Are you
You're
actually
good.
going? Yeah. So real quick, we are going to actually leave AZ this year. We're going to try to go to Indiana Gen Con. I just need to, we're going to try to go to Indiana for Gen Con. We're probably not going to buy a booth. We're going to do a full mobile setup because we have most of the things that we can do a full mobile setup at. And then we'll just post up and do interviews with people. And then I think we're going to have a booth at Game On Expo this year in Arizona. Depending on when WonderCon is, I'm going to try to get out there, but I want to do at least like 3 or 4 shows outside of the state. But I don't want to pay for the booth, so we're just going to do mobile because we have the ability to do that. So that's what we're really looking to do. But again, if you want to showcase your AI stuff, if you want to get this in front of people, and we'll promote like your channel too, like your Instagram or your Vibes channel or whatever the case is, we will 100% do that. Just send us your AI slop. Send it at support@ageofradio.com. Rebecca, she's monitoring the support channel, so she'll pick that up. So anyways, that was my New Year's, was raving. I'm so exhausted. And then I hung out last night with a friend, and now this is my last night of doing things. And then it's a lack of better way to say this, balls to the wall going into freaking 2026. And so my number one resolution, like I said, was focusing on the Age of Radio app. There's some other software and building a software development team, and then building some of my financial business. But Trey, what is your... So did you get drunk then? You didn't get drunk? You didn't drink beer? You didn't drink whiskey? I don't drink at all. I don't do drugs either. So I'm just naturally this fucking hyper. So Trey, what did you do? You just ate with grandma and watch TV, or what happened?
Yeah, I just ate with grandma and watched TV. Had some good food.
Nice. I didn't even have good food. The food that I had was horrible no offense, Decadence, but the food was... some of it was okay, I guess. I don't know. William, put what you want to promote in the comments and I'll throw it up there. So Trey, what go through some New Year's resolutions. What do you have? What are some of the things that you're wanting to do this year?
So I don't know if these are New Year's resolutions so much as like 2026 goals, but one, I want to post more on social media this year, including kind of inputting some of my AI videos into regular videos. Just kind of utilizing that a little bit better, not just to do it on Sora, but like to actually like it. So like a video with about my car with a couple videos about the car interspersed in there, like stuff like that. But also I'm also going to try and post a little bit less in a niche this year, like Gary V recommended. So I'm going to try and talk about Aragon and Harry Potter and all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah, I do that for the most part. I've kind of started to niche down more into financial stuff. Like I think I think you should do that. I feel that it takes longer to grow though, because like the algorithm's trying to figure stuff out and doesn't know like when to post. So that was my only thing. And then but I still like my stories. Like one of my big goals for like social media is to do a lot more stories and vlogging type of stuff this year, to help build the Age of Jeremy brand. Because again, we have my show Confessions. That'd be a weird show. Conversations. I have the Conversation show where I interview people. We're going to be doing more interviewing on here. But I want to build that Age of Jeremy brand. I have some blogging ideas and stuff like that. We have that Substack that I need to write, which for the love of God, Trey, I'll write something one day. I promise. Oh my gosh. It's horrible. But no, I can see that. But I think that's really awesome that you want to do some of that stuff. If you're in the comments, William, let us know what some of and whoever else is here, the 11 people watching, like this, share this, put in the comments what you guys think is one of your guys' New Year's resolutions. We'll share them up here on the screen. But we have a lot of great news to get to today, and I'm really excited about it. YouTube and Facebook still dominate US media. I think that's a pretty good place to start. Trey, did you get a chance to read all these articles? Because I didn't get a chance to read anything. So this is going to be new for every single person that's here.
I think it'll be new for me as well.
Fantastic. We have no idea what we're doing on this show, so please join in and watch my stupidity for 60 minutes. Or an hour and a half, because we changed it to an hour and a half. For Joey to be able to jump on, but he still doesn't freaking jump on. That guy. I don't know if there's a lag. What's going on here? Boop. All right. YouTube and Facebook still dominate U.S. social media. A new Pew Research Center survey finds that YouTube and Facebook continue to dominate the social media landscape in the U.S., even as debates persist about the role of online platforms in public life, including concerns about censorship and youth well-being. The survey of 5,022 U.S. adults conducted from February 5th to June 18th, 2025 shows that 84% of adults say they use YouTube and 71% use Facebook. That's because all the people that use Facebook are old, making them the most widely used platforms. Half of adults report using Instagram, the only other service that reaches at least 50% of Americans. Smaller portions of the public use TikTok and WhatsApp, 37% and 32% respectively, while even fewer say they use Reddit, Snapchat, or X, formerly known as Twitter, and then Threads, Blue Sky, and Truth Social are used by only 1 in 10 adults. Well, first of all, it makes sense that YouTube's like the number one dominating platform because you can search all kinds of stuff. I don't like, I guess YouTube's a social media platform because they have their shorts and then they have live, but I don't know. YouTube feels different to me, Trey.
I feel like YouTube is different, and like it's very much search engine first, social media second. Although they're like being second on a massive platform still makes you pretty dang big.
Yeah, and also too, just for fun, William said that I should start drinking and drugging. And William, that'll probably never happen because it's just not my style. I'm actively hyper and actively somber at the same time. Okay. So that makes sense for YouTube. Facebook, I think, makes sense because it's been around the longest. And you can do a lot of more stuff with it. And people in William's age range and the Gen X range, that's like their main thing. Like I'm surprised William even has Instagram when he watches this show originally. I'm just playing with you, William. And then WhatsApp started to add more stuff to it. Like I can post videos to my WhatsApp feed. Do you have WhatsApp, Trey?
I really found it to be just kind of irritating. I don't like WhatsApp, so
Yeah, I like it because we talk to a lot of people internationally, so I have a lot of chats on there. But as a social media platform, I haven't really dove into it in that capacity. Like you can post, like I think your stories get posted to it. Like if you post an Instagram story, or you can like repost them to WhatsApp, and then they show up similar to how a story would in like Facebook or in Instagram. But I mean, this makes sense. I'm surprised that TikTok's not higher. I would say TikTok would be maybe like 40% or 50%. Do you find that maybe it's just because, do you think TikTok's like slowing down?
I think that in some areas it is. A lot of my cousins refuse to use TikTok.
Is that because the Chinese?
I don't know why. What?
Is that because of Chinese surveillance?
I don't think so.
If it was, that would be amazing.
Amazing.
But anyways, continue, Trey. Sorry.
So maybe it is slowing down, but I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah, the survey highlights significant age gaps in social media habits. Adults under 30, which is none of us, are far more likely than older Americans to use Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and Reddit, which brings me to another point. Trey, do you use Reddit actively?
I actually avoid Reddit.
Is it just because of all of the haters that are on there?
Yes, it is.
All right, so if you're in the comments, I'm going to post this in the comments. Let us know your age and what social media platform you use. All right, 8 in 10 adults ages 18 to 29 say they use Instagram, compared with just 19% of those 65 and older. YouTube and Facebook are the only platform used by a majority in every age group. So Trey, two last questions on this article for you. Threads, Blue Sky, and Truth Social. What are your thoughts on those? And do you think that they'll grow?
I don't think that they'll grow. So both Blue Sky and Truth Social are very segregated and in completely opposite directions, so I don't think they'll grow. Threads will grow just by nature of having Instagram connected to it, but other than that, I don't think so. I think that video and audio are really going to be like huge factors coming up. I don't know how much microblogging will be a thing.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if, and then X changed their whole dynamic of microblogging. So, I mean, Threads is really the only real microblogging place because X is the video, right? Because like the thing is like Instagram doesn't need Threads to sell ads, where X needs video to sell ads. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because it, like, a lot of the ads are more video focused. It has more of the appeal for people to stay onto it. It has the ability for the lives. And so, like, for it to ever make really good revenue and to maybe pay Elon back what he put into it, it's going to have a lot of ad revenue or multiple different sources of revenue. And video can lead to that more so than microblogging, where Threads, even though you can do ads on Threads now in some cases, Instagram doesn't need it because it has Facebook and I'm sorry, Meta doesn't need it because it has Facebook and Instagram.
Right.
So I agree. And I do agree with you on the Threads. It'll grow just by mere fact that it's part of Instagram, but I don't know how big like microblogging is going to continue to be, at least for right now. Maybe it'll have another surge into the future. And then my last question, Trey, what's your favorite social media platform? And then we'll move on.
Honestly, TikTok.
Yeah.
I feel like there is a lot more interplay and a lot more actual connection and networking in that app than even Instagram. I have tried being continuously posting on Instagram and being like all of that stuff like I have on TikTok. It has gone like there's just no, like, there are people posting, but I feel like if they're posting, they're either cross posting from TikTok or they're like, there's not so much interplay like there is on TikTok, even after the features have been added.
You mean on Instagram, or there's not as much interplay on TikTok?
No, there's not as much interplay as there is on TikTok.
Oh, I get what, that's what I thought. Okay, I misunderstood you. Yeah, I agree. I like Instagram the most. I just like the platform. But I do agree with you on TikTok. One of the things that I think TikTok does really, really well compared to Instagram is the live functionality. I don't know if I'm missing something or I'm old but like TikTok has a live feed. Like, you can just go to the live feed and you can see all the lives. I don't even know if it says we're live on Instagram right now on Age of Jeremy, but if you don't see that at the top, you can't go and just see who's live, right? I think you need to go to like your list and then it'll show you, right? Because it doesn't have a feed anywhere, does it, Trey?
I don't believe so, no.
Yeah. All right. So William, like I said, William's a sexy man here, 56-year-old sexy beast. William from Creators Outlet. He's, like I said, Facebook. Yeah, I knew it. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, Truth, Kick. I haven't heard anybody mention Kick in a long time. And William says Instagram is a dating platform with social media access. I guess that's somewhat kind of accurate in some extent, but yeah, we'll just leave that alone right there. All right, moving on into some other stuff. And William, I'll throw up a shout out to Creators Outlet when we get through some of these news articles here. But next one that I want to talk about is Meta test podcast discovery to drive Threads usage, which again goes back to what Trey was saying, that maybe we'll have Threads kind of get larger and bigger because of some of these new things that they're trying to do. One of the things that I think would be great is if StreamYard fixed this ability for me to toggle between these freaking shared freaking articles. For the love of God. Or hire William to cut and paste some of these things. All right, let's go to Meta right here. Meta test podcast discovery to drive Threads usage. Meta is angling for a piece of the podcast market. Who's not trying to get a piece of the podcast market? Trey, you have a podcast. I have a podcast. I have Conversation Show. Williams had 2 podcasts. Meta is angling for the podcast markets, but it isn't going to stream shows. So it's going to be on-demand video or actual podcasts. It will reportedly begin to offer podcast previews on Threads. It's Twitter-like social media. Okay. While it will help promote shows, Bloomberg says Meta's goal is to extend the amount of time Thread users are spending with the app, which goes back to what you were saying. No one's going to be doing any microblogging anymore. Meta Facebook earlier explored adding podcasts in 2021, but a year later, it abandoned the effort and it discontinued a separate integration with Spotify. This time, a Meta spokesperson told TechCrunch that their focus on Threads will be on the social media discussions about a podcast, and they have no desire to expand into a full-fledged podcast distribution platform. But the company does plan to share data and analytics with podcast hosts about how the conversations online are resonating with listeners. So what are they doing?
Oh, I think I get it. So it's you know how Riverside allows us to make those like clips of the podcast?
Yep.
I think that they're going to be expanding a way for people to share that and to talk about that. And then people can comment and reply to those clips. And then apparently there's going to be a way to tell the hosts of the podcast about those clips, about what people are saying.
Okay, I get it. So they're going to integrate those types of things to create maybe micro conversations or micro blogging about those clips.
Correct.
Got it. That's actually kind of cool. I know for a while there, like they mentioned, they did in the past, they tried to implement podcasting into the platform, and it's just, I don't know. I feel like Facebook specifically, I feel it has too much stuff. Like there's so much stuff that you, what, Trey?
I said I would agree with that. There's way too much.
Yeah, absolutely. And so then, like, when they were doing the podcast, I was trying to figure out how can we add the Age of Radio podcast onto Facebook, and like I gave up on it because it seemed too convoluted. So I was like, F that, we'll just focus our attention in some other areas. All right, guys, this is a podcast news show. If you're just tuning in, this is Mercury, your home for podcasting and other pop culture news. My name's Jeremy. This is my good friend Trey. So we're going to continue with some podcasting news as well. Let me just queue up this next article here. Trey, are you doing anything this weekend to party for New Year's Eve?
Not really. Just gonna kind of hang out. I do have a comment I wanted to put out though.
Yeah, go ahead. Is it about you drinking?
No,
Okay.
It's not about me drinking. Meta, if you do not build, and not that they're watching, but if you do not build a flippin' iPad app for Threads, I'm gonna start whipping some butt.
Oh, they don't have an iPad? That would be cool if they had a Threads app for iPad.
Yeah, and the both the website and the phone app just are a massive waste of space, but that's
Yeah. All right. Does video lead to dreadful listens? Fiona Sturges, writing for The Guardian, writes about how podcasts rush to video is turning them into dreadful listens, highlighting recent podcasts that contain content that only works on video, while producers seemingly forget about their listeners, which makes, kind of sense because, like, if we throw this as a podcast, we're showing stuff. No one knows what's happening. Right? Like you can listen to it and then there's like video of stuff talking, and that's kind of what's happened because everything's moved to streaming and to more video type of shows. But I don't know. I don't think that's that big of a deal. As long as the audio's good and the content's good, it'll carry over and people can listen to it. I think that the difference is whether or not people, it's kind of like whether people want. It's because they changed the fucking meaning of the word podcast is what happened. And so because of that, that's the problem. So the problem is that everything's a freaking podcast now if two people are sitting down and talking. If the podcast was focused on the audio RSS distribution that it's supposed to be focused on, then people would make shows that are geared towards a radio style audio listening, but that's not usually the case anymore. And now we're left with this, but I don't think this is that big of a deal. Trey, what are your thoughts?
I actually can see why this would be a massive deal. And part of the reason is because I listen to Comfort Zone, which does video and audio. And sometimes one of the hosts will be doing something and they won't automatically say, or actually these guys are really good at saying it. They will say, oh, so-and-so is playing on their Switch, or, oh, he's holding up a red and black ball with, just not actually what happened, but you get the idea. If you're just reacting to something or explaining something or talking about something that you see on screen, it is going to negatively impact the experience for
it's going to negatively impact the experience, but more of my point is that then people need to watch it in video format and it shouldn't be focused on an audio. It shouldn't be focused as an audio format. Like, that's the problem that I have with this. Like, because eventually we'll probably put Mercury on audio, and then we'll probably try to find other types of avenues where we can just have audio, right? So that experience can come across as like special listens if you're listening to it on audio, and then have it throw as an audio feed, right? And so more of my problem is that you need to make the content for whatever the purpose is of where it's supposed to be distributed to. But the problem is because all of this is blown up over the last 4 years, every person that wants to have a conversation, which I believe that they should have the right to do that, because I'm a very big advocate for that concept of free speech. That's fine. If you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it. But like, the goal is then, okay, if we want this to be good on audio, then we need to make something that's focused on audio. If we want this to be good as on-demand video, we need to make this focused on on-demand video. If we want this to be live streaming, we need to make it focus on live streaming, right? Like, if we were going to take this and record on StreamYard, we would do the show a little bit different. The show has a context of live streaming to it. So we wouldn't want to record this and then put it on after the place, because the whole purpose of this is for the experience of the live streaming. Right. And so I guess I agree with what you're saying, Trey, that it makes for a horrible audio listening. But my thing is, I think that creators need to create content relative to where they're putting it.
Right. And I completely agree with that. And there are ways. So there are ways to mitigate it. Sometimes, like a lot of the good podcasts that I listen to will either explain it, or they'll describe it, or they will say, hey, we've put a picture of this in the chapter artwork so that you can kind of see what this looks like. All of that stuff works really well for podcasts nowadays, but definitely they also should be taking into account the type of experience that they are making. And if it's a podcast, you might want to think about audio.
Yeah. And William here said he has a face for radio. I think that you're a sexy beast, William, and you should be proud of your beautiful, beautiful face and be on as much video as possible, because who gives a shit? That's my answer to that. But yeah, no, I agree with that, Trey. I agree with the concept of what you're trying. I agree with everything that you're saying. I just think I do think, though, that again, it's content of where you want it to be at. And again, like, I think the other problem is that we live in this world now where it's like a race for content. You know, like we have, you know, we slowly grow, but if we had like more content, we could push it out more. We would probably grow faster, because everybody's trying to do that, rather than sometimes it's about trying to make a really good show. And with that, Trey, we are going to kick it over to you to let everybody know what's going on in the community for Age of Radio, and to talk about some Age of Radio stuff. But I'm going to throw it over to you and go grab Kylo, because that dog will not stop barking and it's driving me freaking crazy. So Trey, the floor is yours. Take as much time as you need.
All right. So a lot of fun stuff happening in the Discord. I'm getting ready to get back in going with the trivia questions. I've been working on that. I got to get some questions together, but we will get that up and going again. When it comes to live events, the Anime Roundtable is the Monday after this, January 9th at 5:30 Eastern, or 5:30 Arizona time, which is 7:30 Eastern time. We're going to be talking about Bleach, hopefully talking about some of the new anime releases, a lot of fun ones. That's actually something that we'll kind of tackle a little bit today. It's always a really fun thing. We hope that you guys come and join and talk about anime with us. And then also, I think that's about it. But if you're interested in coming in and chatting with us and getting into the podcast space, you can monetize. You can market your own podcast in the self-promotion. You can talk about what podcast you're listening to, all sorts of stuff about podcasts. And we also have a Geek Out channel for stuff that's more pop culture and video game related. Go to ageofradio.com discord.com/ageofradio.
You can also click this little bad boy up top here if you got a little QR code. And William doesn't know how to use Discord because he's Gen Xer. So I don't know what to tell you, William, but you're going to have to get shit together if you want to come in and hang out and make fun of us, because making fun of people is, I guess, what we're sometimes good at, especially when it comes to, hold on, wait for it, Dustin and his banana. Oh, man, what a cool banana. Come and take pictures of Dustin. Love this guy. Love him. He's a good sport. You got to respect him. And we're going to make some merch. We're going to make some pillows. We can all sit on Dustin's face. That sounds freaking horrible. I don't know why we said that, and I don't know what we're doing. All right, but actually, I take that back. I do know what we are doing. I want to talk a little bit about Age of Radio. If you are new to this show or you don't know anything about Age of Radio, actually, Trey, did I cut you off? Was there anything else?
No, that was everything.
Fantastic. I'm doing a great job. A great job as a host. I don't like being on the right, though, so I'm going to kick you off. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. Much better. It was freaking me out being on the other side there. Okay, so if you're new to this podcast, this is by Age of Radio. Age of Radio is a media company. We have a podcast network of shows. William's show is on there. In fact, William gave me a little shout. We'll start with William here. Let's see. William is going to be re-airing old OK Boomer. And I think it would be great, Trey, if we start a podcast called OK Gen Xer that follows the same pathway of OK Boomer that William did with OK Boomer episodes. So I can add 5 years of content to the podcast channel. So OK Boomer, William, if you want to give a quick synopsis of OK Boomer, essentially you talk about older comic books in that one. Is that true? Because I know in Creators Outlet you talk about other stuff. Is that how it is, William? If you can just throw me a little, here we go. Hold on. Oh yeah, I totally forgot that I could have just dragged it. I could have just done this right here. Watch. Boop. Could have just switched this over here like that. I totally forgot it. Maybe I'm the boomer in this situation. I'm the OK Boomer in this situation. 100%. Let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to find the comment to take it down. There it is. Okay, so that comment's down. Go and join Discord, but let me share my screen here because I want to show you all about the amazing world of Age of Radio and some of the things that we have going on. You have until today. If you want to get a $200 ad credit, if you have a business, if you're a creator, if you're somebody, we're giving away $200. I probably didn't stress this enough over the last 2 months. But if you want to run an ad on our podcast network, we do roughly around 1 million downloads a year, about 80,000 downloads a month and growing. And the great thing about the podcast network is you could advertise across the back catalog as well. One of the great things about podcasts is binging podcasts. That's something that I like to do, especially when I find a podcast that I really like. I just let it play and play and play. But if you come down here, you can see some of the new shows. One of the brand new shows is the Come Up Method podcast. Some of our other ones are Same Convo, a relaunch of Killer Lashes. One of our most popular podcasts right now is Married at First Sight Virgin. You can check those out. We also have some health and fitness podcast. This was when we were doing some promotions for health and fitness. But if you want to see like everything that we have to offer, because we have a podcast for everybody and we are the podcast network for everyone, you can come on over here to shows and you can see there's my beautiful face. And look, there's us. Oh my gosh, Trey, look what we integrated. We're live on our website. Woo, woo.
Yay!
Dustin fucking did something. That guy, hold on, let's show Dustin real quick again. There's Dustin. But in this case, Dustin did an amazing job. Look at that. Dustin did something freaking amazing. Freaking amazing. It's a little laggy because we're doing it live and it's catching up. But you can watch the show right on our channel because we are going to be doing so much more into 2026 and beyond until I die. Because I don't rest. I just work and I make Trey work and we're all going to work until we die. So I want you all to be ready for that we're going to work ourselves into the graveyard. So anyways, there's some more shows here. This isn't all the shows. There's some older shows that have been archived, but you can check all that out. We're going to be building a Mercury tab up here. Here's all of our social media. But if you want to be on the podcast network and you have a podcast and you're just starting out, we usually like podcasts that are somewhere between 0 and 20,000 downloads a month or larger if you want to come over. But after that, maybe you're on a bigger network, but we're the best network and we're working to make it an even better network. But come and hang out with us. Or not come and you can come and hang out with us on Discord. Come and join the podcast network. We handle the distribution for you. We handle working on getting ads for you. We're really trying to get better at that. Working on the ad piece for you. We definitely grow the shows, and we cover all of the costs, and we advertise your shows as well. So make sure that you check that out. Trey, did you have any other updates? We also have a Facebook group. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. William should probably take that over since he's on Facebook, and maybe we can pay him for that. I don't know. I should stop saying paying people because then everybody's going to want to get money, and we need to sell those ads to get some money. So everybody come on in to ageofradio.com. And also one of our biggest shows is the CJV podcast, and Trey has Maker's Remarks. I have Age of Jeremy. So there's something for everybody. It's a great time. Trey, did you have anything else? I'll stop talking.
I don't have anything else. I'll have to talk about Maker's Remarks when we get closer to the outros, though.
Okay, fantastic. All right, next up, Trey, where do you listen to your podcast the most?
Apple
And everybody in the
Podcasts.
comments, where do you listen to your podcast? Trey, what did you say? Because I was talking.
You're good. Apple Podcasts is where I listen to them the most.
All right, but I meant not on the distribution platform. Where do you physically listen to them the most? When you're out on walking, when you're taking pictures, when you're going down to the pool, when you're partying with grandma at church, drinking and dancing on the pews. Where do you listen to them physically the most? And everybody in the comments, where do you listen to your podcast at the most? Like your home, your car, your bathroom, your doghouse. Oh, my dogs are in here now, so I thought of dogs.
I would say my house, honestly. I don't get out and about that much. So probably my house.
Yep. All right. And I listen to mine the most in the car. And William didn't follow the instructions either because he said Spotify, my arch nemesis, so he can go to hell. I just want you to know that, William, that that's what I think about you right now because you said Spotify. All right. So most Americans are listening to their audio not in their car, but at home, with a sharp increase at home listening since the pandemic, which that makes sense, says Edison Research. The company suggests a new normal of around 55% of all audio being consumed at home. This is my problem with the consumption at home. When I'm in my car, I'm so angry because I hate driving. And I like listening to podcasts because it calms me down and I can listen to it. And also, Phoenix is so fucking big. I live on the other side of town. So when I need to go to our office, it's like an hour drive. When I need to go see Dustin, it's like a 2-hour drive. When I need to go anywhere, it's like a hell of a long drive. And because of that, I like listening to a podcast or multiple podcasts. And when I'm at home, like I want to like read or watch TV or maybe listen to an audiobook. I don't know. I just don't. I like listening to the podcast when I'm out and about. And so like, I guess my thing is, Trey, would you, like, since you don't go anywhere, that's a different reasoning why you would listen to them at home. But if you like went somewhere on a regular occasion, do you think that you would listen to them outside of the house?
Oh, yeah. Well, so when it's warm and I'm like going on walks and stuff like that, I will 100% go and I will listen to a podcast on a walk.
Got it.
So, yeah. Not that I want to do it at home, but that's just where I usually do.
Yeah. Absolutely. And again, I don't like driving, so I don't want to do it in my car, but that's where I mainly do it. I guess I should do it at the house. All right. Radio and audio lead local ad growth in 2026. So again, radio and audio is really good for ad placements. The biggest conversation that I have with advertisers that's very frustrating to me sometimes is they don't understand the importance of awareness and middle placement. Like it takes 26 times for someone to hear something and see something before they, especially nowadays, because of how much advertising we get, for someone to be interested in what you need. And podcasting gives you a great opportunity for that, especially if you have the same advertisement or different variations of an ad that show up in multiple slots during a podcast or during a radio show. So as the U.S. economy shows a mixed picture, local advertisers are cautiously optimistic about their spending in 2026. According to a recent Burrell Associates webinar, while retail sales are improving, SMBs remain wary about the near-term outlook. As Executive VP of Local Marketing Intelligence, Intelligence, Corey Elliott, noted 45% of the SMBs we surveyed said the next 6 months the economic conditions are going to get worse, while only 16% said that they're going to improve. Despite this caution, total local advertising is expected to grow 3% in 2026, with digital channels leading the way at 4.5% growth, while non-digital spending is projected to decline slightly by 1.1%. Radio advertising is emerging as a bright spot. CEO Gordon Burrell said that radio seems to have a really good message and might have found the formula by combining traditional spots with digital offerings. While core radio revenues declined for most companies in 2025, iHeartRadio, because it's a behemoth, stood out, and they have like podcast advertisers that can run across the radio and on that, and they have like a kind of like a self-serve platform. Strong digital sales offset a 5% decline in core radio revenue. And so one of the other great things about like the local messaging, like if you advertise with Age of Radio, or if you advertise with some self-serving ad company like iHeartRadio or Spotify, you can actually like place the messages in specific states. Like I can have a message on our podcast network just focus on people that are listening in Arizona or people that are listening in the Phoenix metropolitan area. So what's great about that though is that it gives these local people another avenue to get a lot of more reach or specific reach, just in case someone's outside of a specific range. So like, for example, if like someone like iHeartRadio radio stations in Arizona run across the entire state, but if someone's in Glendale, you could self-serve advertising to Glendale, the city, instead of putting that on like the radio station where some of those people might be in Glendale, some of them might be, you know, in Chandler or whatever the case is. And it really gives you the opportunity to niche down into local advertising spots. So I'm excited to see advertising grow in radio. Radio is one of my favorite mediums. In fact, I wish I listened to radio more. I love Bloomberg radio. But Trey, do you ever just turn on the radio and listen?
Nope. I am all music streaming.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the advertising in radio?
I don't really have much to say, honestly. I think that it's 3% is a pretty small amount.
Yeah, that's very true. It is a really small amount. Most of it's going to be going to like other type of streaming podcasting. And also too, one of the things that's actually coming back up is like self-serving platform for like Hulu. Like they're working on really making that really good so that you can get in on self-serving live streaming, like streaming streaming shows like Hulu or Netflix or whatever. And I think once that gets there, I mean, radio is eventually going to have a difficult time unless they have these other revenue avenues. Obviously, iHeart increased because it's ginormous. So they own most radio stations, if I'm not mistaken. But I think I like talk radio. I think talk radio is one of the things that I enjoy, probably because of my love for Frasier. We should start a Frasier style radio show where I answer psych. Oh, that's what we were supposed to do today, Trey. We're supposed to try to hook up the phone. William could call in. William, would you call into the show? I don't want to get my phone number out to everybody, so we're going to have to get a different line. Anyway, all right, moving right along to some more exciting stuff rather than boring ass radio, since Trey's like, fuck radio.
That's not it.
No, I'm playing with you, Trey. I'm playing with you. I love you, buddy. All right. All right. This is where Trey is going to shine. Must-watch anime releasing in January 2026. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, MF Ghost Season 3, Trigun Stargaze, and more are set to ablaze the winter season lineup. Trey, what are you excited for?
One, Jujutsu Kaisen's so good, and even if it's bleak as it can get, because when it first started, I did not like it. It's the way it talked, what it hinted at as its philosophy underneath. But I like it a lot better now, so that's going to be good. And then I don't know if it says in this article or not, but back in our last anime roundtable, check it out. Check us out on our Discord to see if you can join the next one. We also found out that Frieren is going to be coming out this upcoming month, and I am so excited about that.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I hear it's really, really freaking good.
It's
Jujutsu Kaisen,
fantastic.
the Culling Game, Season 3. After Shibuya's, I probably said that wrong, destruction, a kill or be killed tournament begins. Ancient sorcerers, new rules, cursed barriers, and broken alliances make this arc wild. Social posts called the trailer energy, final boss, level madness, Mappa return. Is it called Mappa? Mappa return with the same intensity and darker state. So stay tuned. January 5th. That is, oh my gosh, that's next week. Who's excited? That's awesome. Where is Fearin? Is Fearin on here? Oh, Fearin Beyond Journeys in Season 2. Fearin's slow emotional world tour continues. Fern and Stark grow stronger. The reflections get deeper. The magic gets calmer and heavier at once. One fan wrote, Fearin heals and breaks you in the same episode, and it works. Trey, do you want to try to do a radio style read for one of these? Here, do this Fate Stranger Fake one.
Hold on, I gotta. Fate Strange Fake. Oh my gosh, it is almost impossible for me to read that on the screen share.
Lame, stupid screen share. Hold on, what if we do this? Is this better? Look at that. Does that help in any way whatsoever? I don't think that
I wonder if I can full screen this in any way. Do you know if there's a way to make the view of the stream bigger?
I can do this. Oh,
No,
wait,
no,
hold on,
no,
that was
I
wrong.
mean-
That was wrong. Hold on, that was wrong. There's some way to
In
do
the
something.
studio is what I meant.
Yeah, no, I know. There is a way to do it. I did it once, but I don't remember what I did.
Fair enough.
Damn it. William, I need your boomer energy in here. Your Gen X StreamYard energy for your years of StreamYarding. Well, anyway, I'll
Okay,
do...
here we go. I
Okay, got
actually
it.
can read this now. I'm sorry. A1 Pictures return to a chaotic snowfield ritual game. Wrong irregular servants appear. Monsters.
It's masters, but you're close.
Masters fight spies. Heroes bar definitions.
Fans reacted. If Fate delivers anything, it's controlled chaos with great outfits and better fights. Have you heard of Fate Stranger Fake?
I've heard of it. I have not watched it.
Fantastic. Have you watched MF Ghost Season 3?
I have not.
Or I'm going to do rapid fire of all these. I'm not going to read all these, but we'll do rapid fire. So actually, I have one more question. This says Sentence to be a Hero is number 1. Is number 1 based off of the one that people want the most then? Is that what I'm guessing?
I'm guessing so, yeah.
I also think I didn't do Jujutsu Kaisen release date right. It's January 9th. They're putting it under the image. I thought it was this one here above the image, but I don't think that's accurate. Okay, we're going to do rapid fire of these bad boys. All right, ready? We'll do rapid fire, and then I'm going to do rapid fire, Trey, and then you're going to predict. Oh, hold on. I know what we can do. Someone write this down. Someone in the audience write this down because I'm never going to remember, but we're going to do it. It's going to be amazing. Hold on, I said amazing. We got to set the, hold on. Amazing, baby. Amazing right there. Oh, baby. Amazing. Okay. This is what we're going to do. We got to do one more thing. And all right. Prediction time. You ready, Trey?
Prediction time. Yep.
Okay. You're just going to say if it's going to be good or not without any context other than the name. So if you know something about it, that's what we're going to do. Ready? On 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I guess on 1. 1. Sentence to be a hero.
Good.
Oh, I missed one already. Golden Kamu final season.
Good.
My Hero Academia Vigilante season 2.
Mixed.
Oh, good.
I don't know good or bad on that.
Fantastic. I love it. Jujutsu Kaisen, the Culling Game, season 3.
Good.
Fire Force, season 3, part 2.
Mixed.
Good. Hell's Paradise, season 2.
Good.
Freerin, Beyond Journeys in season 2.
Phenomenal. Good.
Dude, dang, that was a phenomenal one. Fate Strange Fake.
I'm going to say bad on that one.
Okay, good. MF Ghost season 3.
If it's a season 3, I'm going to say mixed because I've never heard of it.
Okay, Oshi no Ko season 3.
Oh, bad.
Dang! Trey just called Oshinoko Season 3 bad. Dang! That's a good prediction. All right. Trigun Stargaze.
Good.
Okay. And that's it. All right. That's it. If anybody wrote any of those down, we'll need them for the future because I didn't write shit down, which means we all have to watch all of them so that we know what's going on. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is Mercury, your home for podcasting and pop culture news. We're in the portion where we just talk about random crap and we call it pop culture. So I don't know any more about that. We got about 20 minutes left in the show, everybody. All right. CD Projekt co-founder Michael Kaczynski acquires GOG.com. GOG.com sounds familiar, Trey. What the hell is that? It sounds so familiar. Is that that's a website? What is it?
It's a massive web archive for buying and downloading games, I believe.
Oh my gosh. Let's go to GOG.com. GOG.com. It is. It's a massive website for doing games. Oh, everything Trey said was 100% accurate. Let's allow all the cookies. Deals are going on for 8 more hours. All right, so the CD Projekt, well, we'll keep it on this website and we'll talk about it from this other website. All right, CD Projekt and GOG.com co-founder Michael Kaczynski now has full ownership of GOG.com. Kaczynski founded CD Projekt alongside his brother Martian in 1994 and co-founded GOG, the classic PC game digital distribution platform, in 2008. Michael Kaczynski resigned from his position at CD Projekt in 2010, but has remained involved in the company. CD Projekt has maintained ownership over GOG.com since its inception, but it announced today that Michael Kaczynski now retains full ownership of GOG.com after acquiring 100% of its shares. What do you think about CD Projekt Red video games, Trey?
I think they've been a little bit tarnished in the last decade or so, but they make really good games.
Yeah. All right. Well, he owns this now, so I guess go waste your money and buy shit off of this website. There's a winter sale going on for 2020, 2025 still, so that's good. So are these just all PC games?
I believe so. And I've also heard rumor that this is going to become a new Steam competitor.
Oh, so that's why he bought it.
Yeah.
So he's going to turn it into a streaming platform. Which brings me to a really important question, Trey. All my questions are important because I'm very self-centered and can be narcissistic at times. But point is, and I love hearing myself talk, like when I'm talking. I don't like hearing myself talk after the fact. That's annoying as hell. But do you think we're gonna eventually get to a place where there's no more physical copies of video games?
Gosh, I hope not. I really hope not. If I could, I would buy 10 more physical copies of games because even then, so I don't even know if I feel like our foot's partially in the grave on that aspect.
Yeah, I mean, because like even with like the PlayStation Portal, it's just collecting dust on my PlayStation. But the point is that if I turn it on and I set it up again, like I can now stream stuff to it. Like streaming makes stuff so much easier too, and less storage. But like we don't excuse my language, but we don't own anything. Like the world is really moving to this non-ownership of anything. Even if we take, not to get into finances, but even if we take the housing market, housing is so expensive. Everybody's getting priced out of housing. Everybody has to rent unless you're wealthy, I guess, or rich at least. And so like when we think about video games, it's coming to that same aspect. Like that's one of the main reasons why I started buying physical copies of movies again, because I was tired of streaming crap and then like not owning stuff. And then the sound quality on it, as you know, we've talked about in the past, is really important to me. And that's one of the reasons why I like it. But I encourage everybody to go out and buy physical copies of stuff and see if we can keep it alive.
Yes. And to be fair, I think a lot of streaming markets have realized that there is more money to be made in actual physical sales than there is, or some sort of sale than there is in streaming, because then you get, so like for instance, Disney Plus, they have one thing where you can pay $15 a month or $20 a month. I'm on the $20 plan. but then you have all the access to all the videos on Hulu and stuff like that, and that takes storage, that takes internet speeds, that takes all sorts of stuff. Or you could literally have to buy all the stuff you're going to watch that month, and it's just way more money for them.
Yeah, that's a good point too. But the problem is, will people buy that?
Well, not as long as it's easy to. Well, people don't see the problem, is the thing.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because they're going on living their lives, consuming content at ridiculous amounts. Like the content's getting ridiculous. All right, like this content. No, this content. Konami is turning Silent Hill into an annual franchise. Again, more content. If you really like the recent Silent Hill 2 remake and this year's Silent Hill F and are still craving more foggy survival horror, well, I've got some good news for you. Konami has no plans to slow down, and they're going to be making more content and want to release at least one game a year in the series moving forward. That is freaking ridiculous. That's the same thing's going to happen to this that happened to Assassin's Creed. It's going to get over fucking saturated. The games aren't going to be good anymore unless they have multiple fucking developing houses coming up with the games and then publishing them. I don't know. That's just, I don't know. Again, there's too much content out there.
I completely agree with you, and it sucks because it seems like flipping video game industry is in two modes. Either it's subpar, bull crap, hackneyed garbage like this, where it's going to come out every year and be essentially the same game with different missions or what have you. Or it's something like Ratchet and Clank, where you only expect to see them on the new console launches because Sony went to Insomniac and said, every single one of your games is going to be jaw-dropping. Otherwise, we're not going to let you make them for the Ratchet and Clank series. And it's like, look, as a fan of the series, of the franchise, I would take a brand new low-level Ratchet and Clank, like PS2 level game, every 2 years or something like that. But it has to be one or the other.
Do you think that a lot of that's driven out of... It's probably, I mean, from a corporation standpoint, it's probably just driven out of profit. Like, because like there's so much stuff, you have to have like these biggest draw-dropping things so that tons of people are going to go out and buy them right away. And then the distribution company or the publishing company is going to have the say in that, because then they're the ones that have to answer to the shareholders to have some type of fucking stock price go up or dividend being paid out. And I think that that's what also is one of the biggest problems. And that's why I know in the past we've supported, I mean, we still support them. We don't talk about it enough, but like to support the indie games, because indie game creators make amazing effing games. And the reason why they make effing games, good effing games, is because they're just making a game to make the game, to make a badass game. Right? In a recent interview, in a recent interview with Famitsu. Oh, did you have anything you wanted to add to that, Trey? I just said it and then just moved on.
Oh, I just lost it. Go ahead, go on.
In a recent interview with Famitsu, as translated by Gamatsu, Silent Hill series producer Motoi Akamoto talked about the franchise's current state and claimed that after releasing 2 critically acclaimed best-selling Silent Hill games in the last 2 years, the franchise is back on track. That doesn't mean that they could do it every freaking year. I don't understand. It's so frustrating.
These companies have no pattern recognition. Absolutely none.
Correct. Yep, 100%. All right, let's see. What is this? Before I remake it's a Silent Hill 2 remake. All right. Well, let's see what the comments say. I'd like them to continue the pattern of doing a remake 1 year and a new game the next, using that's not a bad idea. Maybe make a new game every 2 years and make a remake every year. Somehow I can see the headline in 5 years. Konami admits it was a bad idea to go the Call of Duty way. Looking forward to Bloober's SH1 remake, Silent 1 remake, not just because of the good work they did for 2, but because there's so much they get. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Time to make up for over a decade of inactivity. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think it's going to be the Assassin's Creed Call of Duty problem is going to happen, because they're just going to make them too fast. It's just going to be a pain in the ass unless they invest the time into the developing houses, making them in some capacity, right? Like, I think that could be good. But even then, I mean, that people are going to get oversaturated with it. They're just gonna be like, we're tired of Silent Hill. That's one of the things that that's one of the things that makes that's one of the things that makes games so fun, is that wait and then a big drop.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let us know what your thoughts are on Silent Hills every single year for the rest of your life. And the great news is, until me and Trey die, we'll be doing this show every Friday. And so Trey's in for the long haul, because I told him so, not because I've talked to him about this in any way whatsoever. Is this, hold on, what is this? I don't even know if this is one of our articles. I don't think this is. Hold on, let me go back to the resource. I don't know what's going on over here. Oh no, it is one of our articles. It's about Doomed Love.
Doomed Love.
Yeah, and the Odyssey, films to get excited about in 2026. Oh yeah, baby. I'm so excited for the Odyssey. Who's excited for the Odyssey? Let's start. Oh, I guess it starts with Hamnet because it's at the top, and I don't want to scroll down. All right, so Doomed Love, High Heels, and the Odyssey, films to get excited about 2026. Margot Robbie busts her corset, and Withering Heights. I'm actually excited for that. The Devil Wears Prada sequel goes fashionably to war, and Christopher Nolan brings us a Greek epic, plus more in their pick of the best films coming to the UK. I don't care about UK cinema, but I guess we'll have to for this article, and not to be anti-British. So if you're British out there, forgive me. Okay, Hamnet. Trey, do you know anything about Hamnet?
I do not. Nope.
Fantastic. I'm going to move on then. Everybody go see Hamnet. Not important enough to talk about. Actually, I heard it was a really good book. Jessie Buckley may need to hire a carpenter for the silverware cabinet. I'm not going to read all that. The Voice of Hindu Rajab. What is that? A dysfunctional account of the last hours in the life of a 5-year-old Palestinian girl. That sounds so sad. She was killed in 2024 by an IDF in Gaza in her uncle's car, along with 6 family members and 2 paramedics after a sole survivor. Oh my gosh, we should definitely support that just to bring awareness. But that does sound sad as heck. H is for Hawk. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, that sounds like a Hawk Tua thing.
No, I don't think that. Maybe it is. No, I think this is, can training a ghost hawk, I think it's training a bird, cure grief. Although what that Hawk 2 girl was doing was probably could cure some grief too, Trey. Hey, I'm just kidding. Okay. Korean director Park Chan-wook brings us a fascinating, complex movie based on Donald Westlake's satirical horror thriller, The Axe from 1997. Is a story about a salaryman faced with the humiliation of unemployment who decides that he has no other choice but to commit mass murder. That sounds exciting. That's called No Other Choice. Saipan. Irish footballer Roy Keane is already something of a legend. This film may well cement the status. It's about the Saipan incident. I don't know anything about that. If anybody in the comments knows, there's Wuthering Heights with Margot Robbie. That'll be amazing. Are there any? The Testament of Anne Lee. Are these any movies on here that you want to see, Trey?
Only one, and I think it must be way, way, way down. If all of this
is it, Devil Wears Prada 2? Let's watch this clip of Devil Wears Prada 2. This is what Trey's looking for.
Miranda? Took you long enough.
Oh no, I don't know what I did. I did something weird. Trey, I don't know what I did. I think I made the screen bigger. I think I figured out how to make the screen bigger. Works great.
Works great.
It works great until I need to move this back. What is going on here? How do I go back? No. All right, I might have screwed everything up, Trey. I don't know what's going on. Everything, we're done. Okay, there's us again. We're amazing people. All right, let's see. Oh, what's it do? Oh, there we go. Now I'm back to the thing. Okay, Trey, what are your thoughts? So, did you ever see The Devil Wears Prada 1?
I did not.
Me neither.
Never
But
been
I heard
my-
it was
my
like
cup of
classic.
tea.
Yeah, I heard it was a classic movie that is a really good movie. My problem is I don't know why they make sequels to movies that are so good after such a long period of time. Like, I heard it's a really great movie. Did it need to have a 2? Like, I don't know. Just let the first movie be a really good movie, and that's what's amazing about it.
Agreed. Yeah.
All right. The Odyssey. Is that the movie you want to see?
Yes, that's the only one.
Odyssey looks freaking amazing. Everyone go watch the trailer. I'm excited that the only trailer that they put in this article was The Devil Wears Prada 2. So that was the only one we get. I want to see The Social Reckoning. That is another movie about Mark Zuckerberg. So no one in the movies did more to warn us about the dysfunctional origins and effect of social media than Aaron Sorkin by writing The Social Network. It was directed by David Fincher with Jesse Eisenberg as Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg. This isn't really a sequel many were demanding, but more a conceptual follow-up based on a true story, directed as well as written by Aaron Sorkin. Jeremy Strong plays the older, more torpidly calm Zuckerberg, and Mikey Madsen is Francis Hugan, former head of Facebook's civic integrity team who blew the whistle on the site's practices. So this is around the story about when the whistle got blown on what Facebook was doing, like their site practices. And so I'm really excited for this because Jeremy Strong's one of my favorite actors. And I'm excited to see him play Mark Zuckerberg. So I hope that that's good, but I don't know. I think it's weird that they're making all these movies while he's alive.
Yeah, that is
Not saying that someone should off him, but because that would be horrible. All right, Dune Part 3. Trey, did you watch Dune 1 and 2?
I haven't, mostly because from what I have heard, it's quite a bit of a time investment.
Waste?
No, that was not the word I was going to use. Investment.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh, time investment. That's a better word than what I use. Yeah, that's why I haven't done it. But Timothée Chalamet is good. I don't know. I like Zendaya as a human being. I was talking to a friend about this. I like Zendaya as a human being. I'm not a big fan of her as an actress, though. I don't know. Maybe I need to watch her HBO show, like Euphoria or whatever. But like, I don't have to see stuff that she's in. And I don't have to see stuff that Timothée Chalamet is in either. So I'm just kind of like, well, I'll get around to watching it. But if you guys want to watch any of these movies, post in the comments which ones you're excited about. I'm also excited about Digger because Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu is one of my favorite directors. Tom Cruise is in this. I think he'll do a fantastic job. And so is Jesse Plemons. And I love Jesse Plemons. So I'm excited about that. Inc. Oh, there's a new Narnia.
Ooh.
15 years ago, the Narnia films had looked like a slam dunk franchise, but nothing happened. Yep, that's true. Voyage of the Dawn Treader was weird. Now things look like being back on track with stars Emma Mackey and Carey Mulligan and director Greta Gerwig. They now take on The Magician's Nephew, the prequel, which was in fact the 6th of C.S. Lewis's published 7 novel series. Have you read all these books, Trey?
Yes, actually, they're one of my absolute favorites.
Nice. Have you read this book that they're making this on? Something about a magic nephew?
The Magician's Nephew. Yes, I have, although it's going to be interesting to see. I'm a little bit worried that they're going to pull the old school movie thing and try and make it Lord of the Rings, because it's definitely not Lord of the Rings. And I'm very curious to see how they do this, although I probably will watch it because one, it should be on Disney Plus because I believe Disney still owns this this franchise. But two, this is not a very climactic or action-packed book.
So you think they're going to change a lot of it to make it more like theatrical?
That's my fear.
Yeah, they tend to do that with movies. Another one that's coming out is Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man. I don't think Cillian Murphy's coming back as Tommy Shelby in it. I think someone else, maybe he is. I think there's another really good actor that's an Irish actor, I think, that's going to be in it. But you guys should check that out. And then just Untitled Jesse Eisenberg musical comedy. That's weird. I'm not gonna even go.
Weird.
All right, well, those are movies that are coming out. Well, Odyssey looks good. There's some other ones that I want to see. So that's exciting. You want to see in 2026? You know, I didn't even see was Michael. There's a movie about Michael Jackson. Was that even in here?
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was, because I swear it's called. Oh, there it is. I missed it. Michael, a musical biopic of Michael Jackson. So everybody go see that. That'll be fun. Love some Michael Jackson. All right, guys, let us know what movies you were looking forward in 2026. And with that, we are coming up on 5 o'clock. It's time to end this bad boy, Trey. So what are some things that you want to let people know about, and some final calls to action? The floor is yours, sir.
Okay, so Maker's Remarks is going to be coming back in March, hopefully, if not May the latest. I'm getting people together, so if you guys have people that you would like to see interviewed on the show, please let me know. The more people that I can find that might be interested in doing an interview, the better. I would love to get out 10 or more episodes this season. Again, starting on March. Check out the Substack. I do not have anything that I'm exactly planning on posting right now. The last one I did kind of fell through, didn't really feel it. So Substack's a little bit quiet for now. Social media, look for more videos, more AI adjacent interest stuff. And you can find my Substack at substack.com. Oh, sorry, creatortray.substack.com. You can find me on just about every social media that there is. At Creator Tray, and TikTok at Creator Tray as well, and Instagram and TikTok at Maker's Remarks as well.
All right, perfect, Trey. And again, my name is Jeremy, your host for Mercury, the co-founder of Age of Radio as well. You can listen to my podcast, Age of Jeremy, on all social media platforms, Lord. On all podcast distribution platforms. New episodes will be coming soon. Also, make sure that you follow my YouTube, where you can see live interviews for our conversation show that then also I put on audio also, as we were talking about earlier in the show. But anyway, you can listen to those on audio as well, but they're more talking focused. I'm going to have Trey on that show here soon, and I got a cool lineup of some other people, so I'm really excited about that as well. We also have a great lineup coming in Tempe FanCon at the end of January. I don't know the exact date. I think it's January 21st or something along those lines. So make sure that you come and join us in Tempe and get some funny pictures of Dustin. If you have AI slop, make sure that you send it to us at support@ageofradio.com, and we'll showcase it here on the show. If not, you can just see all the slop that me and Trey make every week. It'll be great. We'll do it until we die. And then with that, I also have a broadcast channel in my Instagram. It's called Dope Insights and Updates. It's where I give things that I'm investing in, financial education, and everything else that's going on in the Age of Jeremy realm. So make sure that you check that out and follow Age of Radio everywhere, either at Age of Radioverse or at Age of Radio. And as I always say, be thankful, grateful, and kind. And you guys have a fantastic day.